If you're doing any kind of Black Friday sale this year, you want to watch this video because I'm going to be walking through my exact planning process and how you can plan out your Black Friday for success too. Hello and welcome to Full Body Yes Sales, the podcast where we show you how to make more sales than ever in your online business in a way that feels authentic, empowering, and feels completely aligned with how you want to do business. Let's dive into today's episode. Hello and welcome back to the Full Body Yes Sales podcast. So in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through a plan with me essentially for Black Friday. So I'm going to be walking you through my plan for Black Friday, how I actually go through this planning process, essentially the things that I think about, the things that I consider, so you can see my full thought process behind this. And also you can go along with me essentially and figure out, okay, how am I doing this part specifically? What am I going to do for this part specifically? So essentially a plan with me style for Black Friday. And again, I'm going to be also reflecting on some previous Black Fridays of what worked really well as well. So you can see some little nuggets there. So make sure you're following along so you can plan with us. So feel free to grab a notebook. Feel free to just listen in and just think through things as well. And I'm very excited to hear what you're selling for Black Friday. So please drop that in the comments as well if you know what you're selling already and what your plans are for Black Friday. So let's start with probably the most fundamental part is the offer and what you're actually going to be selling for Black Friday. So this year I'm doing something a little bit different that I have never ever done before. I'm going to be having 3 Black Friday offers. So I've only ever done one before. So this is super exciting, but I'm going to be doing them a little bit differently as well because I'm going to have essentially a secret menu for this. A, so it doesn't get confusing. And B, so I can just, see who's interested potentially in this. I think it's really powerful having some kind of lead generation built into your Black Friday where you can see, at any point who is raising their hand, who is potentially interested in this. I've spoke about in my previous video some ways that you can do this, so definitely check that out as well after this video. But essentially I'm gonna have 3 different offers at 3 different tiers aimed at different stages of business. There's very much something for everyone because, again, I have a lot of people in my audience who are in different stages of business. So I really want to make sure that there's something for each person wherever they're at in their business journey. Now, this secret menu as well is just super fun for me to do, honestly. It's super fun because it means that I'm not actually publicly going to be speaking about my Black Friday offers basically anywhere. So people won't actually even know what I'm offering for Black Friday unless they check out the secret menu there. So super excited by that concept and just to introduce that for the first time ever. So as I'm going through this video as well, so that I don't spoil anything for anyone, I'm also going to be introducing my secret menu below. So make sure you go to the link in the description if you want to see what my Black Friday offers are, so you can see what I'm talking about as I'm walking through this essentially for you. So click on the link in the description, just fill in your email there and you'll get sent the link straight away to the secret menu where you can just browse through the Black Friday offers, see what I have to offer there. Again, there's something for everyone very much. And also as I'm walking through this video, when I'm saying offer 1, offer 2, offer 3, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about as well. So I have very different strategies for what I'm doing in terms of the discounts and incentives for each of these offers as well, depending on different factors. And I'm going to walk you through those different factors now. So offer 1, the first one that you see in the secret menu when you go and check it out in the description, offer 1, I'm going to be doing 75% off, which is huge, huge, huge. But this for me is very much if anyone wants to check out anything in my world, this is the perfect place to start. It's a passive thing for me, so it's not something that requires, I have an extra hour booked into my calendar by someone signing up for this. And I think that's where having the big discounts really works, when it's not something that's very directly tied to your time, because if it is very directly tied to your time, there's obviously a natural cap on how many people can sign up, versus this offer 1, for example, I can have 100 people sign up and it would be completely fine. Nothing would happen there because it's more passive. So if that gives you any hints on what it is. So I'm going to be doing 75% discount there. And I'm really having this as being the foundational, as I said, go-to thing of this is really a foundational thing. It's really perfect for a lot of people in my audience. And it's a really, really great place to start as well. And also it's something that people know me for very, very well. So I have had it in my business offer suite for several years. So people know it very well. They've heard me talking about it. It's not a new thing at all. So it's very much something which can be, something that people have already been thinking about jumping into. So it can be an easy yes then for people to actually make the decision to buy, especially when there's this really, really big discount on it. Now onto offer 2. So this one is a little bit different. So I have never, ever, ever offered this before. It is something brand new, completely new to my audience, to me even offering this in the first place. So with this one, firstly, again, if you check the link in the description and sign up for the secret menu for Black Friday, you'll see that I am describing it a little bit more. I'm giving it a little bit more space because, again, it is new. So I want to make sure I'm actually giving it the space it needs to actually explain to people, what is this? Why should you sign up for this? Because no one has heard of it before, which again can be something really strategic to consider if you're doing anything new for Black Friday. Of actually, if people haven't heard this before, they probably need a little bit of explanation. They need a little bit more detail for you to go into. So actually having that extra space that's the reason why I've done that intentionally, because I know that people haven't heard of this before. They don't really know what this is. In terms of the discount offer incentive, essentially for this offer specifically, for offer 2, I am doing a early bird price for this. So it's something that is not officially publicly going to be launching until probably into the new year, probably in January. So with that, I've done essentially a early bird offer for this. So essentially anyone who jumps in on Black Friday is just going to be getting a really, really good deal on something which will be coming later, but at a slightly higher price point. So I'm doing it early bird style. And again, this is why I really wanted to have that secret menu style, because I know that anyone then opting in, I can very much help them if they're wanting to find the right offer for them, because there's going to be some people who are an absolute perfect fit for this second offer. There's going to be some people who are too far along for this second offer. There's going to be some people who are not yet ready for this second offer. So really making sure that people who are jumping into there are a really, really good fit is important to me. So actually having that secret offer means that it's not just thrown out to the public and everyone can just jump in if they want, but it's actually making sure that, people are a right fit essentially, and I have more control and more power over making sure people are a really good fit before they're jumping in. And then going into offer 3, so my final offer for Black Friday on this secret menu, this is something which I do offer regularly, but I'm doing it in a bit of a different way that I haven't actually done before and you haven't actually been able to purchase and hasn't ever been an option before. So it's something I typically offer. It's a very big part of my business, I will say. Again, you can check the link in the description to see exactly what that is. But for me with that, then I'm doing a shorter version. I'm doing a smaller version than I typically would offer, for the intention of this being more of a sprint style with someone, let's pick one really specific goal that you have and let's work towards that and make that happen in a shorter period of time. I almost said the length there. And with that, what I'm doing is, again, as this is more high touch for this offer, this is going to be the more high level offer on those 3. This one doesn't have as big of a discount as that first one. It has a small discount, a pretty good discount, which again, I don't ever discount this thing. So this is a really exciting offer considering that I don't ever discount this. This is not something I discount whatsoever. So you're also getting the shorter version, which you can't usually get at all, and also that discount as well as part of offer 3. So now that we've talked about what we're actually selling and kind of the thought process behind all of that, let's turn to the how. So how are these things being sold? And I want to first turn to previous Black Fridays. Now, if you haven't done a previous Black Friday before, and if you haven't actually done any Black Friday sale before, totally okay. I want you to just think about any time you have sold anything really, any time that has worked really well, when you have made sales, when you have done a launch before, anything along those lines, just thinking back to what did work really well, because seeing what works well for you, for your business, your offers, your audience is always better than me just giving you a strategy and saying, go and do this essentially. So me looking back on the Black Friday sales that I've done in the past that have worked really well, I can see that firstly, really clear messaging makes a lot of sense. Now, obviously with me, it's a little bit different this year having that secret menu. So I'm very much focused on my more general overview messaging of make more, work less, freedom for business, actually doubling your income, working a day less. I'm more focused on that messaging and the secret offer menu essentially being the thing which is going to help you do those. One of those things is going to be the catalyst for helping you get to that place and get to that transformation. But also I can still share, those little hints of what those 3 offers are in terms of my key messaging for those offers. So for example, I can mention about, building a full body yes business, for example, for one of the offers, a little hint there. I can mention about, specific things of this offer would be perfect for this person. This is built for this person. Again, it's adding a nice intrigue of, okay, what actually is this offer? I'm curious. I want to see what this is now. So I want to go and sign up for that offer menu so I can actually see what this even is in the first place. That's really, really powerful there. And also I can still, speak about them with really key messaging statements. So that's one thing as well, which is really powerful for you to actually consider is what are the, messaging points that I want to make sure I'm sharing, because I can very much see that worked really, really well for me. And I think works very well generally as well, is having some really key messaging, knowing what are the bits that I always fall back to? What would I use to describe this offer really simply in a really simple way that just gets the point and the message and the transformation across essentially? What are some of those pieces? And can I just lean on those and continuously talk about those different things to make it really easy to cut through the noise and for people to, understand who this offer is for and see if it's for them. Now, when I'm as well looking back on previous Black Friday launches, I can see that one thing that worked really, really well was having that close friends list essentially of people where I created a close friends list for my Black Friday launch. I created ahead of it several weeks before. And essentially this was my lead generation place where I was saying, okay, I'm going to be teaching on this specific subject, aka what I'm doing this sale on, what it's going to be helping you with. And then actually teaching on that for several weeks inside that close friends story. And essentially that got me some leads. That got me some people who I knew were interested in this offer. And I'm kind of doing this in the same way, but with that secret offer menu instead of, I know who opts in, I can see who opts in for this, so I can see who is actually potentially interested in this and just offer them some specific value via email as well in the lead up to Black Friday as well. So having some kind of lead generation to some extent, I could see worked really well for me. So I'll be doing that again next year, or this year, sorry. So actually having a look back at, previous years, what did work really well for you can be so powerful for seeing what do you want to do this year? What do you want to focus on? So then my how for this year, for how I'm selling this, what are my strategies essentially? My strategy is to keep it super simple. So, which sounds crazy considering I have 3 offers, but actually keeping it really simple of what's leading to those offers. So I'm putting out content on my Instagram, on my YouTube, as you're watching here, on my email list as well, actually all leading towards this secret offer menu. So very much come and join the secret offer menu. That's the way to see what I'm even offering for Black Friday. If you're wanting freedom filled business, if you're wanting to make more and work less in some format, there's going to be something in there for you essentially. So really leading everyone towards opting in for that, and then giving those people specifically some nurturing emails to help them figure out which one is the best one for them now that I know they're interested. Again, this is really helpful because I know for a fact then that those people are semi-interested at least, or curious in what I'm offering for Black Friday. So I can actually reach out to, those people specifically via email then, and actually send them targeted emails knowing that those people are interested. It's not just me emailing my list to some people who are, firmly off the fence and it's not going to be purchasing anything from me that year, but actually I can email people who have opted in, knowing that they're thinking about something, they're looking for something there. So with this launch for Black Friday, I'm very much going to be focused on the front end, i.e. everything that you see in my business is going to be focused on leading towards that list essentially and towards opting in for those Black Friday offers. And then on the back end, everything's going to be focused on, okay, now that people have opted in, let's help them pick the right offer for them. Here's why this offer could be perfect. Here's why this one's really great. And actually leading to the specific offers to help them make a decision on which one is best for them essentially. Now, the third thing we really want to consider as well is timeline, of course. So when is everything happening here? Again, I know I mentioned in the last video as well, but I'm going to put my Black Friday workshop in the description. So a recording of a Black Friday workshop I filmed with clients a few years ago, walking them through Black Friday, planning out that timeline, walking through a case study as well of how I did my Black Friday. So if you're interested, make sure you jump into that, and that can help you plan out your Black Friday with me essentially. I think it's about 2 hours, that full recording. So it's really powerful for actually just getting, some of those offers actually really planned out and getting your timeline really planned out and getting your incentives, your upsells, etc. all mapped out with me. So in terms of that timeline, I'm going to be doing early access for people who jump in. So at the point of starting to put out that early offers list, it's going to be instantly you can access those offers essentially. So technically my cart is open for several weeks around Black Friday. So people will have time to really look at the offers, sit with them, etc., and actually decide which one's the right one for them. And then also for one of those offers, for offer 3, I have some very limited spaces. So I'm only going to be opening up 2, maybe 3 of those spaces if we find a really good third person. But it's going to be very limited in terms of those spaces there because it is more high touch, it's more high level support. So I have limited spaces. So those are really the timeline focuses of what's going to be happening there. And again, once those spaces are filled, that offer will be closing off and it will just be offer 1 and 2 then. So it's always really powerful having, that time ahead of Black Friday, using that strategically, even if you don't have any kind of opt-in, anything like that, actually using that to tease your audience, using that to pre-launch essentially, using that to actually let people know that there's something coming so that when the noise really does start on Black Friday, people already know to look out for your offer because they're already interested in what you could be offering specifically there from what they've seen from all the teasing, the hints, just from what you've been showing up and talking about essentially leading up to Black Friday. And then I would for sure always recommend having the few days after Black Friday, have the cart still open as well. Again, people are super busy. People are very distracted around Black Friday time. So actually having this few extra days buffer can be really powerful as well. For anyone who had been thinking about it, had just missed it because there's just a lot of noise going on. So it's really powerful to have those extra few days buffer as well after Black Friday. So I know a lot of people will typically keep cart open until Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, something like that. So that can be really great as well, adding that in. And then onto the final part of my planning, and that is the upsells. So after Black Friday, now that we know what we're selling, we know how we're selling it, we know what our timeline is going to be as well. So we've mapped out when certain things are happening, when we're starting to talk about it, tease about it, when the cart is opening, when the cart is closing, etc. Now we want to turn to the upsells. So after Black Friday, what are we aiming to give people any offer into? I think if you're not thinking about doing an upsell, you should be thinking about doing an upsell because it is so powerful for getting people inside to a next step in your customer journey, essentially. So for me, I'm very much focused on the typical normal upsell that I'll have, which is my one-to-one signature coaching program. That is 90% plus, 95% plus actually really of my business is my one-to-one 6-month coaching package. So I'm very much focused on, okay, everyone who jumps in on Black Friday for offer 1 and 3 specifically, one-to-one would be an amazing next fit for you, the 6-month one-to-one package. So I'm very much going to be giving people a incentive and a nice offer for that after they've finished in those 2 offers. Offer 2, however, as you'll see, is a little bit different. So that won't be leading to the upsell of one-to-one there. That's the one which is brand new there. And I haven't actually released anything with before. So you'll see why when it is all announced, why offer 2 specifically doesn't have anything there. But offer 1 and 3, very much focused on that incentive of, okay, one-to-one is actually a really, really great fit for you after that. And I know that's worked very well previously because when I have sold offer 1 previously for Black Friday, we have actually had a lot of people signing up for the one-to-one 6-month coaching package afterwards and got some really amazing long-term clients out of that as well. So that is my Black Friday plan with me. I hope you have had a good time planning out your Black Friday, thinking about the key components of what goes into it. And also I think it's just great hearing from someone else of what they're planning, how they're thinking about things, and what they're considering as well. I think it really helps give some structure to planning your Black Friday as well. So very excited to hear what you're selling. As I said at the start of the video, let me know in the comments, what are you selling for Black Friday? What are you going to be promoting? Very excited to see everyone's Black Friday offers and what everyone puts together, and I hope you've come away with some good nuggets, some good ideas for what you can be doing yourself for Black Friday. Make sure you as well check the link in the description for 2 things. So number 1, there will be the Black Friday workshop down there where you can sign up to get the recording of a Black Friday workshop I did with clients a few years ago. So powerful for planning out your Black Friday. It literally goes into every detail that you need and will have your full offer, launch, everything planned out in those 2 hours together. And also make sure you check out the link in the description for the Black Friday offer menu, essentially, so you can check out what I am even offering for Black Friday and see if there's anything there that you could be interested in as well. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one next Monday, and have a great day.